All right. Episode, what number, Aubrey?
Episode 369. We're
360.
almost there.
We are there. We're there. It's a cool show today. It's e-commerce brand building and community. Let's do this.
Welcome to the Global from Asia podcast, where the daunting process of running an international business is broken down into straight up actionable advice. And now, your host, Michael Michelini.
Okay. So yeah, Mike, we already have our participants working on their brands, on their website and business as well. And how do you think can Mercury help them?
Yeah, so we really appreciate Mercury.com, one of our cornerstone sponsors that's returned this year to support the show. And they are amazing. Like, we have a good relationship, and we've had some of our Blimp participants applying, and we're actually working closely with them in the application process to ensure that if there's any questions about their application, that it's answered rather than some negative issues happening. And, again, we're really, really appreciative of them supporting. And my favorite thing is it's totally free to apply. I can't believe it's free. I mean, we used to have these US bank account application services that'd be like $500 to $1,000, just the application fee. So it's totally free to apply. So it's easy for us to promote. And we even give a little bonus to both the listener and to us if they sign up through our link at globalfromasia.com/Mercury. We also have video tutorials and text and screenshots there. But yeah, it's also been great. They've been even taking special care of our Blimp method participants.
Yeah, so again, thank you, Mercury, for this.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So welcome everyone for another show. Today we're going to talk about how to build a community for our e-commerce brand. I think this is a great topic, right, Mike?
Yeah, like, again, we're doing these like kind of little list of ideas. Last show we got some good feedback. It's also in text form, and we're going through the Blimp method right now. The course, we have our Excalibur Brothers brand, so we're going through this process. And as always, I love to share the story, the journey, what we're learning. So we're going to share some points today, right, Aubrey?
Yeah, so I think how do they get started with this? I think building community is such a norm today, especially on the online world. So maybe some are wondering how to get started. That's basically the main question always.
Yes, how to get started. I think probably the first is choosing where to establish your base, your headquarters, right? Like, where is your community going to live online? I mean, of course, it could be offline too, right? You could have a physical space that people meet. Like, it doesn't have to be online, but of course, for us, we're online. So usually it's Facebook. There's WeChat, right? Like you and I, Aubrey, we talk about it in a community at Global from Asia. Where is the user already active and aware and educated, right? Are they in Facebook groups? Are they on Instagram? I don't know if you can do really a community there. Well, I mean, we're pretty excited about Discord. It's a little bit more common in crypto and NFTs, but we're trying to build this into even the e-commerce brand. So I think really first is just choosing where you're going to put your users, your community members, and the structure.
Yeah, I think that's a great step, right? We need to figure out where are they hanging out so that we can build a community on that platform. So I think we have already started doing it, right? I'm really excited for that community on our Discord.
Yeah, so for
So
Excalibur Brothers, we set it up. And just to add a little bit more, because I think we got time to talk a little bit more detail. Like, I don't know, I'm a little bit, I'm not as active on Facebook. And I'm just, honestly, we just got one of our Google AdWords accounts shut down, Aubrey. I don't know if you saw that email. Luckily, it's not an active account we use, but I'm just always paranoid about Facebook, Google, Amazon, account shutdowns, freezing, blah, blah, blah. So, you also should be aware of that. And also just always try to back up your users. You want to try to have their contact information, their relationship directly as you can. That was just a side note, but yeah, we can go to the second point.
I think on our second point is we're going to have that community, or we're going to invite them with an insert cart. I'm not really familiar with the term, but maybe you
Sure.
can expound on that.
Yeah, like literally, I mean, we give good value in this show. I mean, this is a free podcast and blog. This is usually not always talked about often online publicly, and we've talked about this in our courses. We use this in our previous brands. But insert cards is like, I have it right here on the desk. So Indigenous, is right here. This is if you're listening, you can't see, but basically it's a plastic card, like a credit card. It's actually right. You can do cardboard. You don't have to spend money on a plastic one. I'm in China and I know these factories and manufacturers everywhere. So basically, if you notice, it says product registration card, and on the back, it has a scratch off, and you can scratch off a code. And then it says like, welcome to register your device, your product. And then you can log in and it puts the URL, a website URL. And I know some listeners are probably saying, oh, I can't believe Mike is telling people to use insert cards. There are bad cases where you can get your account shut down on Amazon or maybe even other platforms for doing insert cards. It's not using an insert card at all. It's about what you say on the insert card. So you cannot say, oh, please give me a 5-star review. Your feedback will help me in my business. There's some jokes, I think, in Chris Davies, FBA for You group. He says there was like a case where somebody's like, I'm a family business. Please give me a 5-star review. It really helps me. Like they're like begging, like begging for a review. Don't do that. I mean, of course, it probably will help you to get reviews. Honestly, it does potentially work. But of course, if Amazon catches you, or the worst is a competitor reports you because they see it, it's a violation of the terms of service of Amazon to ask for reviews, or especially incentivized reviews or 5-star reviews specifically. So if you notice the card doesn't say, please give me a review. It doesn't even talk about reviews. We're talking about community, right, Aubrey? So I always make the card about joining our community, joining our family, being part of us, getting into inside information. Not inside information sounds bad, but insights, promotions, freebies, giveaways. They're not saying like, give me a review, but you're building a relationship. You're getting them to come in. We said sometimes we called it family, join our family. You want to match your brand, right? So Excalibur Brothers is about like knights and armor, right? And a round table. So the card, actually, I haven't even designed it yet. Honestly, we do it over Chinese New Year. You want to say, join the Knights of the Round Table at the Discord. Maybe don't even say Discord, because maybe our Discord gets shut down, right? I hope it doesn't, but maybe we switch to Facebook, or maybe you don't say it on the card. The card is really less information is more. So you invite them. It doesn't have to be a card. It could be a piece of paper, like a flyer, right? It could be even on the product. It could be, but basically you want to engage with your user. Literally, Oliver, you just joined. I was just on our phone call. This guy, Noel from Texas, and it's actually his domain names. It's very different, but he sells domain names on Handshake. We're also in Handshake community, and he wants to like do better with his marketing, but he sells through registrars and he doesn't get the customer data, the email address, the phone number. It doesn't know his user. So I say the first thing you want to do is make an opt-in on your site that says, did you buy a domain? One of my domains? Fill out this form. You want them to come to you and register and give you their information. And it works. I don't know, at least for us, because, well, we do great branding. Luciano, as you know, is a very talented artist. So obviously it's not going to be a cheap looking photocopied black and white paper or card, right? It's a quality thing. It's got a scratch off, it's got a unique code we make on our system. And so this is what I'm trying to say. You invite them, and then you can whitelist them. So that's why I like Discord over like maybe Facebook, because you can have different channels in Discord. I think, Aubrey, you're familiar. You can have like the free one that anybody can join, but you can also have like private ones for different roles, right? So you can make them a role, and that role can be able to see those things, even join voice chats or video chats, connect with others in that private circle. And that's where they get special. I mean, it works for this indigenous. I think, we have the ambassador program here, and they feel so happy and they help us, and they even talk to our other customers and they protect us because they feel like they're part of us, which they are.
Yeah, I think if we have a good relationship with them, with our community, they can really advocate for our brand, right? And they also feel valued and heard as well. That's why they love the brand itself.
Yes.
And they want to protect it.
And notice I'm not even like asking for a review, but I'm building a relationship and I'm talking to them, right? And then, they will be so amazed. I mean, this is new for Excalibur Brothers, but this has been done before from us. But I know it's work, right? It is work. And I know some Amazon sellers are busy with other things, or don't want to invest, or they're even scared to talk to their customers, maybe. So it's true. It's not going to be totally passive, but of course you have to have this. It's going to be part of our work at Excalibur Brothers, community management, right? Just like we do at Global from Asia.
Yeah, so definitely. So I think we're going to come to our third point wherein it's best to bring in KOLs and influencers to the same community, right? Because they are the one who are best to do the influencing and as well as the advocating for the brand.
Exactly. I mean, everybody always, it's a new hot topic, and especially Chinese sellers are always asking me about KOLs, which are key online leaders, key opinion leaders, or basically influencers, or just famous people online that have lots of fans. But of course, hopefully it's not just numbers, but engagement, and hopefully it matches your user, your customer. But yeah, I mean, the best is to invite them into the same community. So that's why, again, I'm feels like I'm promoting Discord here, but or any kind of platform where you can have different user levels. So you can say, like, bring them into a closed circle of people, and they could actually talk to them and engage with them closer. You can do a live AMA, ask me anything, or you can do giveaways that are from that influencer to their, and they can bring their community into your Discord or your community, right? I know this is work, and actually, Aubrey, we got to start to work on this for Excalibur Brothers. We have 100 already that opted in from other brand we are building, the Thai factory we work with. And so we already have this relationship, and our product category is very similar. So we're lucky we have this database of opted in. I don't really call them KO. They're not very, very famous, but they have social media presence, and they're willing to do this, and they're waiting for more products. So you want to have this ready. And I don't like to just do one-time things. I like to have them like ongoing. I like to build long-term relationships with everybody. And I recommend that for everybody here. So you get them into possibly Discords, and you can communicate with them even long term. And they see new products you're going to launch. They are involved. Maybe you're even asking them a question of other products. Like I'm doing that with the indigenous, right? I'm showing them like really inside insights, like stuff we're working on behind the scenes to that small group. And then they're so happy because they're seeing stuff that's first ever, and you give them future benefits long term.
Yeah, I think that's our fourth point wherein they should launch or share new products to this private community so that the members can see value of it, right? And it's not just
Exactly.
about selling the brand, but it's actually telling more about this brand, giving them opportunity to have the first look to your new products and such, right?
Yeah. So again, we're probably making it sound easier than it is. It is a lot of work and takes time. But once you get these users in there, and you have some ambassadors and influencers in there, and then you want to go to a new product launch, or even want to do a promotion for an existing product, you go to them first, right? You go to them first, and then you share, like, I like to use people, not just a product, but you can also have people in our community that are saying, hey, look at this. This is what we're working on. Make a nice little custom poster or picture for them, and share that into the group. It's really an amazing opportunity. And again, I've done this over the years, and we're going to do it again for Excalibur Brothers, is engaging them. Maybe it's my skill. I mean, this is kind of my passion is connecting, but it's basically being open and vulnerable in a way, but saying, hey, this is something new. Maybe even I even like to involve them before you launch, not just when you launch, but this is something we're working on. It's not yet ready. What do you think? That's why I don't share it to totally public. You just share it to a private group of maybe previous customers that opted in, or ambassadors or influencers. You say, hey, this is something we're working on. What do you think? What would you like to do better that you see in the market? Or would you use this, or would you buy this? And then once you're ready, then you say, hey, thanks for your feedback. We listened to it, and this is what we did. And then they're like so happy.
Yeah, I think we've covered all the points. I mean, the last one is we should have partnership with them. Yeah, that's the reason why we built the community, right? So I think
Yeah.
mhm.
Well, it's a little bit different, Aubrey. I just want to be clear. Like, we are doing the BLIMP method, the brand licensing improved. So the real value, what we're doing in our program, is we have sellers. We have these 4 franchisees for Excalibur Brothers that joined through BLIMP in our first beta launch program, and we're working very closely Thank you so much for all of you. We hope to get them in a future show. So what I mean with that, Aubrey, is they could become your partner, your investor. Like McDonald's is a franchise system, right? So the McDonald's near your house is not owned by the parent company. It's owned by a small business investor that invested in opening that McDonald's. So the same is here. So this has not yet been done by me or anybody that I know. But you could take your customer that bought your product and funnel them all the way to become a franchisee as a partner, as an investor. You can say in a Discord or in a community or an email launch, do you love Excalibur Brothers so much? You like it? Do you want to actually be part of it? We are looking for franchisees to be sellers on new products we're launching. Fill out this form today. I mean, you can see us doing that, right, Aubrey? We haven't done it yet. So this is like, I'm giving you like very valuable insights today. But the idea is, I would call it like total full circle. Imagine taking an Amazon customer or e-commerce customer B2C and converting them to a B2B relationship where they're actually a seller. And of course, it's not going to be 1 out of 1,000 or maybe even 1 out of 10,000. It might be 1 out of 15,000 will do this. But obviously, that's an amazing value creation, because they are going from buying your product to becoming like a reseller or a distributor, a franchisee. And that would be an amazing one. And I'm not sure it'll maybe ever happen, but it could happen where they are your normal customer. And because you're investing in this, it's more like a community funnel, right? But because that you're nurturing this customer, you're not just asking for a review, and you're not just like selling them a product, the next product. You're actually like engaging and building a relationship. And I've learned a lot of this in the NFT community, and I didn't put it on here. We could talk about, it is a bonus, so we'll save it. But what's different from normal e-commerce communities and crypto communities is the relationship of the users is almost like an owner of the actual company and the brand. So we want to actually do that. And I think we'll maybe go into that next point. But what I'm saying here is on point 5, you're trying to nurture them from just a normal customer on Amazon or Shopee or Lazada or Taobao. It doesn't matter, right? You're trying to build them into, of course, not right away, but maybe they have money they want to invest, or they want to actually sell online, or they want to do business or invest in somebody or something. They can pick us.
So now that they have chosen the platform, they already have the members to join, and they already have the engagement process, maybe it's also best to adapt with the current changes we're in. The norm now is to have everything online, and also to offer something new, just like crypto, NFTs, and such, and anything with Web3. Maybe you can also share about that, right, Mike?
Yeah,
Because it's your
I think you were on the
again.
call yesterday, Aubrey. We can't share. We share quite a lot here, but I can't share everything because it's not even developed yet. I think you noticed on a call yesterday about discussions about using crypto with e-commerce and Amazon. And we are trying our best to be as ahead of the curve as we can. I don't want to say always, but often I'm early, Aubrey. Sometimes it's too early because I see stuff and it takes longer than I expected. But for sure, without a doubt in my mind, there's going to be e-commerce on blockchains. There's going to be NFTs and connected with e-commerce and products and receipts and gifts and all this stuff. All this stuff is going to move into crypto. It's still very, very early. And I know a lot of Amazon or normal consumers don't understand crypto and NFTs, but we're going to do our best to incorporate that into our brand. And there's discussions with just yesterday with somebody to allow even the customers or normal people to be able to be a part of owning that process. So I don't want to say too much on that, but to make it more simple is you can issue NFTs, like Global From Asia has issued NFTs, and other projects we've done have issued NFTs to, our VIP customers, our users, our GFA VIP members. You issue these to only select people, and they get this benefit, and then you can have this long-term relationship. And it's a long discussion, but basically the idea is, if you're not building this community now and you wait until it's very mature and this is already ready, you'll be behind. So it's not maybe if you're not even ready, and even Excalibur Brothers isn't fully ready to integrate NFTs or crypto into these products, we're building a community. And then if all you really need is a community, the value is a community. And you can, of course, issue NFTs or crypto bonuses to these customers or these supporters or ambassadors or influencers. And I will be probably sharing more as I learn. And we're in, confidential agreements with certain people in the communities about building these things. But the main point is, this is going to happen. There's just no doubt in my mind. I know even the governments don't like it, but it's no way it's going to just go away.
I think on this podcast, I hope we can, expand our team as well for this community and also influence other brands to have their own community, to build their own, and to engage with them.
For sure. And, we talked about this in our GFA VIP mastermind last week, remember? And actually after the call, even our members in GFA VIP wanted to join our Discord of Excalibur Brothers. And I didn't even think of that, but you see, like now we can bring in our members and even others in the community, like experts, podcast guests. They're like, oh, I want to join that community. Can I join? And I said, yeah. And then we give them a special role. We're not just let them as normal user, but you have different roles. So we call them experts, experts. They're not like influencers or actually, I'll be honest, there's even more to it, right? We're matching their role name to the Knights at a Round Table. So I don't want to, it's just so much to talk about. But my point is, that's another point. There's a lot of interest. You want to like match your community and your naming to your brand. And it's just amazing. So we're calling them, I forgot actually the name for the experts, but we have the Knights are the franchisees, and then we have the serf, which are the not verified people, like the peons, the people in the castle that were farming. But of course, if we want them to upgrade to be a customer, they can go to a higher level. So it's some pretty amazing stuff that we're trying to do here and integrating, and it's happening. But what you do is you just drive in all this value, right? Doesn't it sound like value to you, Albert? It's like, it's value. It's modern day value as a community.
I think we've covered them all, and hopefully more members will come to our community as well and will enjoy their stay here.
Yeah.
So,
all right, Albert, thanks for this. And I hope people are enjoying this format. We're just taking a few points we're taking some points in what we're learning, and we're sharing it as we go. And things are moving fast. So right now it's going into Chinese New Year. This show is going online in Chinese New Year. And so factories and such are closed. We're working on a launch process, and we'll be sharing as much as we can to the public community. But of course, our members and our Blimp participants get the most detailed insights. So thanks for being here with me, Aubrey. You're really a natural on this podcast. I really appreciate that.
thank you as well, Mike. And really, this is a great opportunity for me to practice my communication skills. So, yeah, I'm really enjoy talking about this subject. So, thank you, Mike, and have a great day to everyone.
Thank you.
To get more info about running an international business, please visit our website at www.globalfromasia.com. That's www.globalfromasia.com. Also, be sure to subscribe to our iTunes feed. Thanks for tuning in.